What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Get Off My Lawn. It's a show where myself and Captain Xavier, we talk about everything foam flinging related. We complain about it, we talk about it, we celebrate about it, or we just talk about things that hurt and other old man stuff that we choose to talk about. We are very thankful that you actually tune in and listen to us. And even if you don't, well, we probably go on anyways because that's what old dudes do. Anyways, again, welcome to watching us on the World Foam Alliance YouTube channel. If you've not subscribed or liked it, hit the subscribe button, like it. Don't forget to share it. Did I mention share it, share it, share it, share it? This is how you grow the channel, man. We need to grow the channel. Why? When we grow the channel, we make more money. What do we do with more money? We actually can then do more for you. As you all know, none of us are making any money in this. We do it because it's fun. We do it because we want to grow the hobby. And we do it because we want to connect everybody. That is the mission of the World Foam Alliance. Trying to reach out so that you know, like we know, that there are actually other people around you that love the hobby, that wish to do foam flinging, that wish to modify, that wish to do all the crazy things that you probably do anyways. How do you find them? Simple. WorldFoamAlliance.org. Go ahead and register. Make sure to register there so we can find you. Again, YouTube channel. Did I mention that you need to like and subscribe it? Yeah, that'd be good. Like and subscribe it. Other than that, I think the only upcoming things that we have, well, it is summer, man. And summer's been kind of like, I don't know, like vacation. People are at beaches, people doing other things. Even ourselves, we've been going places. So summer is summer. But regardless, as you know, many of us at the World Foam Alliance have been able to tag along with Dart Zone on their convention tour this summer. The last one of the year. I repeat, the last one of the year is coming up. It will be in Chicago. It is the weekend of August 17th and 18th. Myself will be there. Also, who is also our guest today, Andrew, a.k.a. Dart Sweep, will also be there with us. We're going to be in Chicago. So, again, if you're in the area, come out and say hi. If you have clubs in the area or wish to promote it, let us know, because when we're doing this booth, everybody wants to know where they can actually go fling foam. If you tell us, then we can tell them. To give you an example, I just did Otakon, which is a DC one. It's more of an anime festival, and I probably had about 20 or 30 people. Now, you know, people promise that they want to do. We'll see how many actually show up, but they were asking about where to go, and I think I may have even found a new admin help for the Richmond Nerf Club. I think Danny Pack would appreciate it. I told him. It was a guy, I was telling him that this is happening, what we're doing, and I said, Danny needs help, and he's like, I'd be very interested in that, so we'll see if he follows through on it, but that's the whole point. After Chicago, we have nothing for World Foam Alliance. There are other events coming up. At the same time, if you all don't know, last year was our first charity event. It's called Foam's Giving. It happens right in around Thanksgiving and Christmas. We haven't set a date yet. However, that will be happening soon. It is a 24-hour live stream where we try to raise money. Last year, we donated Toys for Tots. I think this year we will be doing the same. However, when we have that all hammered out, we will let you know. But again, it is going to be a 24-hour stream. There will be silent auctions. There will be charities. There will be giveaways. Last year, we didn't know what we were doing. We honestly thought it'd be myself and Captain Xavier, 24 hours on a camera, drooling and falling asleep. But what happened? Everyone in the community came through. We had slots of 4 for every hour. And man, we had to turn people down. Not because we didn't like them. It's just we were that full. So we actually set a goal for 5,000, which we were hopeful that we were going to make. And we made over $7,000. We threw that together in less than a month, 2 months, no, a month. So imagine now that we have a year, we got some plans. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be fun. Foam's Giving. Mark the calendar. Just circle the whole month and say, yeah, it's coming. When we have a date, we will let you know. Other than that, there's more things, but let's see what the Cap's doing. Cap, man, what's shaking, brother? What are you doing, dude?
I'm digging through a box of parts. The time has finally come for me to build a blaster that I acquired the kit for longer ago than I would like to admit. Is there actually a date on here anywhere I can validate my shame? Doesn't look like it. Maybe. Yeah, 3 years. I got this in 2021. But it is the most well-organized kit I have ever seen in my life. There are 53 pages of instructions. There are 25-page user manual. There is the full inventory list. Every single part is in an individual bag with its number printed on it on a label.
Dude,
I cannot believe I have not built this before. It's the most Lego set Nerf blaster I've ever been sent, and it's just been collecting dust on a shelf. I am ashamed. I am sorry, Mr. Davy. I have let you down. I've let myself down. I have let my people down, but I will make good. That's what I'm doing.
That ain't too bad. Yes. Well, I don't know what I was gonna say, but you're building it now.
Yes, and it's magnificent. And the build I'm going to do with it is even more magnificent. It's going to be good.
Well, actually, I do have questions about it. Does it come in various languages? Is it like IKEA? Do you get it in Swedish as well, or is it just one language?
You probably could, but I got it in English. I hope. It's mostly pictures.
Really? Oh my! Like you got to be committed to like do that. Like wow.
It's got like the full wiring looms and stuff.
Holy cow!
Yeah. We'll see how it works. I have seen this particular blaster in action. It was given to small children, and they were told to run amok. And now I'm getting an echo. Why am I getting an echo? I'm not even in.
It's just the sound of your greatness.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, they're given to small children to try to break, and they couldn't break them. And yeah.
Does it have a color scheme, or is it all just black or gray? Or
it's black and orange, of course, in my colors. As is its counterpart that I recently received. So those of you that keep up on my fan mail probably have an idea of what's going on here. Yeah. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. I was bummed to hear that Mall Madness has been canceled for this year for a variety of perfectly good reasons. I was looking forward to that, but now I don't have to travel, and I was trying to travel less this year, so this is a great excuse to travel less.
Do we know why? Do you have any reasons yet? Have you heard as to why they were forced to cancel it?
One, they're trying to upgrade their entire system, which is a daunting prospect, and just make the event better. They came to realize that they were not going to be able to do the event as well as they wanted with the time they had left. And so they decided to just not put on a bad event, which I completely and utterly support.
That makes sense.
Better to put the extra effort into making the event next year that much more better.
I can't remember. Did they already sell tickets for the event, or was just reservations and you paid later?
No, it hadn't even been announced. There was.
Okay.
No, they're very, very transparent about.
Oh yeah.
Where the money goes, how much they make. They publish the entire spreadsheet of here's how much we brought in, here's what it was all used for. Here are our expenses. It's nice. And I understand why they do that, because they're enough into the world of HVZ, and a lot of the hobby still has the mentality of you should never charge for HVZ, and so to combat that, they said, here is our expenses. This event could not happen if we didn't sell tickets. And here's why. And we're not doing it just to make money. We're making it so that the event will happen. Is that me making that horrible noise?
I think it might be our guest that's not muted, so that we have in the wings. And he should know better than that. But anyways, but the back just quickly, and my aside, I get the whole don't pay for it, but then you want to properly run an event, especially something like Mall Madness. Like, come on, man. You can't just expect people to just show up and do everything for free. And I want it big and I want it fabulous, but I want it to cost me nothing. No, that.
Yeah, and I as I've said in numerous videos before on this particular topic, I understand where it originally came from. Because HVZ was originally played on college campuses, and they didn't want people charging college kids to play a game when the campus provides, the venue, because that's always the most expensive part is venue.
Yep.
And so if you didn't need to be paying for HVZ, the club shouldn't be charging tickets, whatever. But that's not the case for Invitational. It just isn't. And
No.
Luckily, we're getting away from that more and more. RAG charges, Mall Madness charges, and they partially did that just by changing the name. They don't advertise as an HVZ. Mall Madness advertises as Mall Madness. It's a whole different game. It's got levels, it's got experience, it's got stuff that HVG has never had. Ragnar Oktoberfest is billed as HVZ. And I don't know if they actually charge for the Stalking Dead portion, but I know they charge tickets for everything else, and I think it's just a ticket for the whole weekend. But they're different enough that they're able to get away with it, and it's a good enough event that people are willing to pay. And that's the thing: is if they have the resources to put on a good enough event, people will be willing to pay. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. Otherwise, it's sponsors. Don't worry, Al the Geek has lots of money. I'll just throw money at everything. Woo!
Yeah, it's requiring sponsors when you could just as easily charge everyone, $5.
Yeah,
you got 500 people come. That's $1,500. That's something.
It really is. And it's like the little things. It's not because these people are pocketing any money. It's when you can't get enough volunteers. It's paying people to ref. It's paying people to be admins. It's paying for the proper facilities that you need. It's like it's so many things that you'd love to see in an event, but you got we're lucky that we are lucky that we have people that will do it for free, that will volunteer, and that will donate. But at the same time, it's like, come on, man, you gotta understand it. Like, it's just you gotta. But that's just me. And when I can sponsor great events, I will still do so. Unless, of course, I win the lottery, then I'll just sponsor everything and everything will be free. But until that happens, until Powerball gives me $1 billion, I can't do it. But if they ever do.
Yeah, the kind of events I'd be running if I had infinite funds. And I wouldn't have infinite funds for long.
But man, would that be fun?
Oh, it sure would be.
Oh, that's awesome. So today, for everyone tuning in late, as you know, today who we're going to have on, we're going to have Andrew, a.k.a. Dart Sweep. He was not on last week because he was busy, and so Maritime Foam filled in for him nicely. Also, this week it's us, so technically he's not supposed to be on this, but then also next week there will be no show. There will be no show next week. You know why? Because we're going to be on strike. We're going to see if you miss us. Or I've clearly hit my head and I'm making stuff up as I go along. The reason being is that most of the people in the show are going to be in Chicago or on our way to Chicago for a convention. So we're taking the Wednesday off next week. So that means you wouldn't get to see Andrew for like 3 weeks. You might forget what he looks like or like miss him and stuff like that. And since APOC and BPOC just happened, you know what? We're going to have Andrew on today because that way you still get your fix of Dart Sweep. And at the same time, we talk about APOC, we talk about BPOC. But the other thing we're also going to talk about, more events coming up, which I almost forgot, is the Maryland Foam Alliance Battle of Endor, which is always a fun event, which is also coming up. Well, he'll tell us the exact date, but that is coming up. Also, just in case, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, share, like, subscribe, share, like, stuff like that. Hit the buttons, please. The more people we get, don't make me say it again. Did I forget anything? Was that too much?
Nah, it's plenty. More hype and more hype.
Hype it up, hype it up.
What have I been doing? I have upgraded the walls in my arena. And I need to finish that project. Previously, I was just using 8-foot by 6-foot tarps that were run between the trees. The trees are all 8 feet apart. And so that made 6-foot walls. And it was very easily reconfigured, but we never actually reconfigured it very often. It's too much effort. And one thing I'd always wanted to do was to set it up so that it was like a series of buildings, like you often see in airsoft arenas, because there's a reason they do it that way. It's a lot of fun. And so I got new tarp material, raw tarp material, and now all the tarp walls are 8 feet high, which makes a completely different feel because you can't just look over the walls and you can't shoot over the walls. And it actually gives you a feeling of being more indoors than it used to. And I need to go through and put the doors and the interior walls in, and looking forward to finally hosting an event again. I haven't hosted one since like February, I think.
Perfect. Finish it. We'll come out and see it, man, and then we'll test it with everybody.
Yeah, we'll do it. I'll probably do it in October since I won't be going to Mall Madness because it got canceled. I'll host an event in October when the weather's nice.
By the way, I just had a random idea, and especially for people first time at your playing field, you know what you should put right in the middle of it or somewhere off to the side of it?
What?
A porta-john, but not actually a functional porta-john. That way, whoever is sitting there opens the door and gets shot.
I have trapped people in porta-johns at events before.
Dude, I think a porta-john somewhere in there, and you can put gameplays around it. Like we got it. All right, anyone in the Washington State area or has access to a free porta-john, feel free to drop it off in Captain Xavier's lawn. He will happily accept it and incorporate it into his play field. Again, porta-johns, if you got one, drop it off. We will happily take it.
I need a porta-john anyway because I want to host larger events, and I only have the one bathroom in my house. So
you know
if I wanted to do an event, I would need to rent a porta potty anyway. If I owned it, I would just have to get it serviced. That would probably be a lot cheaper.
Probably.
Here comes Swamp Cat. She wants attention. She's been horribly neglected the last couple of weeks.
I blame you. Why are you doing that, man?
No, it was my fault. It was entirely my fault. And so now that the exile has ended, the Puma is here.
Yes,
is anyone following the chat? Is anyone even watching? Is anyone chatting? Is anyone planning to call in? Do we have a number? Don't we have a number?
All right, 2 seconds.
See. Let's see what we got, man.
I forgot the number.
It's the phone number. Just call the operator and say, "Can we talk to us?" We're that important. The operator will know exactly who you're talking about. And if someone actually does that, please record that conversation because when she calls you crazy, it will be very funny.
Would you put me through to the World Foam Alliance stream?
Please connect us.
Why are you biting me?
I don't know. They're talking about lots of stuff. APOC, BPOC.
Vicious
you know what? Let's just do it. Should we just bring Andrew in? Because they've already started talking about APOC and BPOC, so maybe we should just do that.
Yeah, let's bring him in.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Another thing to talk about.
Dart Sweep.
Hello, my fellow foam-flinging enthusiasts.
Well, finish the catchphrase, man. Don't leave us hanging.
I am Andrew, a.k.a. Dart Sweep.
Dart Sweep.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Brother, it's always fun, man. We all hang out anyway, so I guess we should privy people to conversations we actually have that between the three of us. It just will keep cussing to a minimal, and we promise not to make fun of certain people.
No guarantees.
Let's do that. No promises. Andrew, man, what's going on, brother? Tell us what's shaking.
Not much. I am recovering still from a very hot APOC and BPOC weekend from this past weekend up in New Jersey, up in the Manchester area at Cousins Paintball Field. Was on a Saturday, and BPOC, the #1 casual comp that was held in Clifton, New Jersey at the Sports Domain Academy, hosted by our good friends TNT Events with Jed, Rogue Contra, and Zelkos, and Goot and Josh and Kevin and all those guys from Uno. And of course, Uno were the hosts for APOC. And it was a great time. It was extremely hot, I will say that. Hot and humid. So it reminded me, it was a lot like NWAR 2023. It's kind of what it reminded me of a little bit. It was oppressive, but we got through it. It was actually a miracle. I will say this because all throughout the week, the forecast and on the day of, the forecast was calling for rain and thunderstorms pretty much rolling throughout all the day, scattered thunderstorms throughout the entire day. But we made it through the entire day. We had a couple of thunder clap holds that we probably paused for about 10 minutes and then we returned to playing, but the rain held off for the entire day until we packed up. We probably I think we were the last to leave our group at the Maryland Foam Alliance. I think people started wrapping up around 6:30 And then I want to say around like 7:15ish, it started torrential downpouring all over us. So, besides that, you couldn't have asked for a better scenario as far as weather goes. So weather cooperated, but definitely was hot this year. Definitely hot than last year. But I want to thank personally the Uno admin team for organizing APOC. This is my third or fourth time going, and it's always a great event. I will say the past couple of years, attendance kind of has been down for whatever reason, but this year was amazing. I know they sold over 120 some tickets at some point, but at one point, we had 55 versus 55 on that paintball field. So we just had we had a lot of players and a lot of people just turned out, and even just to come and hang out. Containment Crew was there. Jade Valkyrie from Demic was there. Who else was there? I think I saw Papatachi was there. Griever was there.
Yep.
Lionheart Customs.
By the way, Containment Crew almost didn't make it.
A few people almost didn't make it. Derek's son from Frontline Foam actually came out and had an hour delay, but was able to come out and ended up having a good time. He set up a little target, the electronic target, I guess, Wellcom and a few other guys have, and was having a little target practice competition. Whoever had the highest score won like $100 gift card or something like that. And so we set that up throughout the both days, and that was very popular. I think Justice, aka Wonder Boy, had the high score at one point. If you guys don't know Justice, he designed the Spirit, which was a very popular blaster at BPOC, along with what were people running at BPOC? It was basically it was a bunch of Spirits, Momentums, Lynxes, SBLs, and SBFs were really the popular ones there. But I will say I was very happy and excited to see the Yeet Hammer was very popular. Was a very popular show there, especially since it's not the highest performing blaster, and APOC is 300 FPS. But I know Boomstick brought his. One of our local players, I think, had his, and there was a few around. But yeah, it started off. Let's see, we got there Friday. Originally, we were going to stay with Archer. And then we had a change of plans last minute, end up staying with Uncle Phil and Adriel, one of our local players, at a hotel. And then Saturday morning made our way over there, set up. I think they started on time around 10:30 with some single life elimination and pistol rounds. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to play those because I was still setting up and loading up. I was running. What did I bring? I brought a good blaster spread just to flex a little bit. But what I ended up actually using.
No, come on.
Yeah,
wait.
no, right?
You brought a bunch of blasters. Let's see. When other people set up a table, it's a 1 6-foot table. Andrew sets up. It's his 6-foot table, your 6-foot table, another 6-foot table, 3 chairs, and the back of the truck. So no, there's no way you did that. Come on.
so yeah, I brought some stuff. I brought what did I bring? I brought obviously the Dart Zone stuff. Had my Nexus, which was tuned for hitting like at one point my Nexus was hitting like 290 with bamboos.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was with the upgraded spring and the 2 spacers, and I did nothing else to it. So that was fun. So my Nexus is in good shape. I brought the Striker 2.0, which I didn't use. I had 2 Venoms. I didn't end up using them. I was going to use them for pistol rounds. Same with the Nightingale 2.0. Didn't get a chance to use that. I brought my Jin. Didn't get a chance to use that, unfortunately. I brought my AEBs, of course, the 76. The 76, which I'm currently in the process of having Donut rewire for XT30, so I can just run XT30s instead of the what are those Tamiya connectors. But then I was running for a good bit my inverted scales, which I tuned. It was hitting around 280 on average with the extended barrel and scar. But it was a little hot and humid, so depending on the dart quality, I was having some issues with that. But for the most part, it was performing. I just saw a putty tat just go across the screen. What else did I run? I ran the Swift, my Swift, which I hadn't run for a while. And then really
I thought you got rid of that thing.
I tuned it for 300, and it's one of my only ones that are hitting consistently at 300. And so I hadn't used it for a while, so I decided to use it. And
Nice.
it's still a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm horrible at springers is really the issue, but I think I ended up running the Spirit predominantly the whole day. But the most fun I had actually was running at Melee as a Jedi class, because I had a foam G.I. Joe Storm Shadow sword that I acquired years ago or some time ago from one of our local players who gave it to me for a really good price, and it's just been sitting in my storage for a while. And I was like, you know what? They run Jedi there. I never get a chance to run it, so I brought it. They're pretty strict on what they approve for Melee, but I got the approval on it, and so I ran that for a round. And I had a lot of fun doing that. I got a lot of tags with that. There were a lot of salty players. A lot of people would have their barrels, they're using propping up against out the window, and I would just come up and just tap them with the sword as they're poking out the window, But that was a lot of fun. I know. We took a decent amount of breaks, or we took a normal amount of breaks, but I think we, probably instead of taking 15, 20 minutes in between each rounds, we're probably taking about 25, 30 minutes in between each round just to get reloaded and stay hydrated and everything like that. But we got through the day. We ended up playing the main games I think we played were the first one was Capture the Flag. And at one point to start out the day, they had put all the Marylanders on one side, and then all the Uno and New Jersey and everyone else on one, which never really ends up working out because for whatever reason it's always unbalanced. And because we have a lot of tryhards on Maryland, whether that's good or bad. But
how many Marylanders?
But I think by the second game we ended up mixing teams, so it was a little bit more balanced, and it was going back and forth throughout the day with who was winning. So we played Capture the Flag. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say. So how many from the Maryland area showed up then? Roughly?
Oh gosh, we rolled strong. So we had. I think we had 3 or 4 comp teams, so that was like 20. So technically Foam Rain, if you count them, Magic Smoke, Mystic Vapor, and then Maryland Foam Alliance. So, and then we had a couple of other people, regulars. So we were probably 20 plus deep, I want to say, from Maryland. I'm pretty good.
So basically, me and Jeremy were the only ones that didn't go.
Yeah, yeah, you definitely were missed.
We were at Otakon. Anyways, keep going. Gameplay, yeah, man.
Yeah, then we did a team deathmatch, Death Clicks, standard team deathmatch, and then we ran domination, 3-point domination, and then we ran an attack and defend game. I think I may be missing one game type in there somewhere, but this time I didn't film how I normally would and kind of document the whole day. It's been so long since I've been to an actual event that I kind of just wanted to soak it in and just kind of come as a participant and not have to take as many photos and capture as much footage. I did get some POV gameplay footage from APOC and BPOC, but I definitely didn't do like my standard like B-roll and kind of interview things I did for that. Mainly because I'm extremely backlogged and have not put out last year's APOC or BPOC video, really. So I figured before I film anymore, let me go ahead and kill this backlog. So
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, End War 2023, and Endor, and yeah, all these other things are coming. I'm gonna be doing a series called Better Late Than Never. And
yeah,
so
everything Andrew did. All right, hold on, give us 1 second. Cap, tell people that they can call us.
By the way, this is in fact a call-in show. You can either call in through the internet somehow, I believe, or you can use just a regular phone at 979-500-2794. If you've got a rotary phone, that's going to be a lot of...
I miss rotary phones.
Feel free to call in.
So is there anything going on in the chat? Because my computer, for some reason, is not showing me the live chat. So I'm not sure if there's any questions that are going on or any...
bringing up the chat yet. You know what?
Not really.
Do that.
Mine's blank. That's what I'm saying. So
no, people are saying stuff, but nothing specific
so
yet.
There must be something wrong with mine.
Could be. If you have any questions or comments, or you want to call in, feel free to call in at the same time. Put comments in the chat. We'll look you up. Some dummy named Al said, "Who let all these Marylands show up?" Oh wait, that's me. Never mind. So yeah. Otherwise, again, in the chat, if you have any comments, feel free. Or if you have a rotary phone and you can't call in, then hit the chat and we'll find you that way. I don't know. How many people in the chat don't even know what a rotary phone is? That's probably a better question. Anyways, yes. Go ahead, Andrew. Keep going. Sorry, brother.
Did anyone in the chat have one of those clear translucent rotary phones that were popular during the 90s? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Xavier.
No, my father had one that looked like an even older, like the time that you held and had the earpiece that you held up to your ear. He had a rotary phone that looked like that because he's a nerd. But the best part about it was it would click a second or two before it actually rang for some reason. And I knew this, but the babysitter didn't. And so we'd be sitting there watching a movie or something, and I would suddenly go, "Phone's going to ring." And then a few seconds later it would ring, and she thought I was psychic or something.
I'm telling you guys, millennials, you guys miss some good stuff.
Hey, I am a millennial.
That's right. I thought we were Zennials. I thought that was the technical term.
Yeah,
for
I prefer
our species.
Elder millennial.
That's fine.
Wait, I'm Generation X, man.
Yeah, you're Gen X. I'm definitely Gen X.
Man.
Just by the line. Just made it. So, who was there? That was great to see. The 18 guys, the Canadians were there. Hicks and Blue were there. Shout out to them.
Let the Canadians
They're always
in.
so much fun, man. I had a lot of fun. They're always a trip. They brought some of their buddies down, so it was nice to meet them for the first time. And they had some. It was their first time competing in any capacity, so that was fun. It was I'll get to BPOC in a second, but so basically so we played those games. One of the coolest games, though, if you guys haven't had a chance to go to one of the Uno events at Cousins, when Tom and TJ are there, they bring this this tank, and it used to be made out of Power Wheels, old Power Wheels that they just
I remember that
threw a tank shroud on, and they'd play game modes with that. This year they upgraded it to a mobility scooter, and that thing was hauling butt. So that game went extremely fast, as well as the tank on that one. But that was definitely a highlight whenever they bring that, those kind of props out. It's always a fun time, and aesthetically looks pleasing and stuff like that. But yeah, I kind of went into this.
Did they steal that off of somebody? Was it parked in front of a Walmart?
I don't know, but I am planning to get one at some point to go along with my hover shoes and my hoverboard and my one wheel, because I don't enjoy walking. I'm lazy.
No. You were saying, Cap? Cap was gonna say something about rag.
if you like props, you got to go to Ragnar Oktoberfest. They always have the coolest props.
I heard they had for the final mission they had a crazy dragon
Kraken.
or
They had a
yeah,
kraken,
that's
tentacles,
amazing.
and it had targets that you had to shoot a certain number of times that registered how many times it had been hit. It was all light
That's
up.
so cool.
They had moderators who were controlling the tentacles and smacking people with tentacles, and it was pretty cool.
Where are all the rag videos? I've seen very few rag videos. I've seen very few event videos, actually. So I'm hoping.
I have always been horrible at filming events, and now I think my GoPro exploded.
Oh,
but GoPro recently reached out to me and want to send me something, apparently. All right.
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, my God, yes.
The night vision folks finally got back to me, too, and are sending me night vision.
Ooh, nice. Very cool.
Like a proper night vision mounted to a helmet kind of thing. Like, yes, I want one of those.
So let's see what else happened at BPOC. I don't think there was any like major medical emergency. I think there was one heat related concern that happened, but otherwise it was pretty much incident free. I do want to apologize to the couple of people I may have accidentally lightly tapped on their head by accident trying to tag them over a wall. It was not intentional, but yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, it was a great day. The rain held off. It was, I want to say it was like 120, 130 people there, and it was a good time. People were cooking out. It was definitely a very fun event, and I highly recommend anyone get a chance to go back out there next year if you didn't get a chance to go this year. It's definitely worth attending. So maybe if we can change the date. Yeah, if we can change the date, we can get you out there.
I need it to happen at a different weekend, man, because that's Otakon, and Otakon, I'm already booked for next year for Otakon again, and I'm doing it just because, well, I make good money at Otakon. I got to go to Otakon.
Yeah, I heard you killed it at Otakon.
Otakon was awesome. So Otakon again is an anime event that happens in DC, and I had a double booth, and I'm part of Equilibrium Island. That's Morris, which actually we're probably going to have on the show later. If any of you done conventions and you've seen his backpacks, you know who he is. If not, we will be introducing him soon. I am not a backpack guy yet. Somehow I own 3 backpacks and like gobs of everything else because everything he makes is just phenomenal stuff. Never mind gear, and it's all tactical. But I was part of his like island in the convention, and it was so much fun. Saw a bunch of people. Obviously saw Jeremy there, and I saw why do I keep forgetting his name? From Uno also. He was there, and he actually had a mobile cosplay repair kit with he was a cart, and he was just walking around helping people and fixing their cosplays. But again, like always happens at the event, people asking me about where they can play. They don't think there was anyone near them. So I've obviously sent a bunch of people to Maryland because there's so many locals. But then actually all right, perfect. Danny's in there. Danny, I may have just sent you 2 or 3 people to Richmond that didn't think anything was there. And I told them, no, find it, showed them the link, and we'll see if they actually show up. That'd be great. And one is willing to be a helpful admin if you need another admin too. So let me know if that happens. I told them, go out, check it out, man. So overall, it was good, man. It was a lot of fun. And it's part of why I do conventions. It's kind of like, well, one, it's cheaper than having a brick and mortar store. I'm able to sell, people to see my stuff, but at the same time, it's the whole goal of trying to spread what it is we do, flinging foam and stuff. So interesting enough, Containment Crew, because of the weather and the potential for a rain out on Saturday, it was last minute. If it was going to be thunderstorm, he was going to come down and go hang out in my booth all weekend just to see what it's like because he's entertained the idea of doing it. But because the weather cleared, obviously he stayed and went to New Jersey. But at some point next year, you might see Containment Crew in my booth. I think the next one's KatsuCon, which is in February. But again, if you have some kind of shop or if you have a club or anything else like that, man, conventions are great. They are full of the same people we play with all the time anyways. It's just the ones that don't know about the hobby or what we do. if you can set up a booth, it doesn't have to be a major one. You can find smaller ones, man, even as a display booth, as an information one. Hell, the things you might sell, what actually the Maryland Foam Alliance does every year for the Charles County Fair. They set up an information booth, and then all their extra loaners or people that are getting rid of stuff from their garage, they sell them for cheap to raise money that way to do it. The whole idea being that it's like a PR thing. And I've just gone on a serious tangent. But yes, conventions, man. We'll talk something about that too. Anyways, back to APOC and BPOC.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to see Al at a convention, I do have some videos that I did of you at a couple. I think my latest video is actually you at the last year's Otakon. So if you guys are interested in seeing what that's like, go ahead and check that video out.
Yeah, because you came up for Friday, and then Saturday morning you guys drove at the crack of dawn. You guys went and made it to APOC last year.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about visiting you this Friday, and then I ended up having to get an oil change and the car wash and pack and everything, and I just didn't get out there in time. So,
makes sense, man.
But hopefully next time. But yeah, and then let's see. I guess BPOC then. BPOC #1 casual comp. That was held at Clifton, New Jersey. Sports Domain Academy. Hosted by TNT Events, and that is Zelkos, Rogue Contra, Josh, and Kevin, and Gotham with the Uno crowd. That's their competitive. It's kind of hard to. It's their competitive. I mean, it's competitive training. I mean, they host scrimmages and captains clinics, and they basically introduce people and get people familiar with competitive foam flinging. And they're really involved with all the comp events that are happening between Ragnarok, California, CFT. CFT and MFT, Maryland Foam Tournament. So if you're interested in learning about comp or getting your feet wet a little bit, definitely go check out one of their events and try it out. But yeah, so I think start time, the games were supposed to start at 12. I think everyone started arriving around 10:30. There was registration. We set up on the field. The field, I think dimension was 140 by, oh gosh, Gotham's going to kill me, 120 or 140 by 190 or something. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I'll find out. But the field layout was fantastic. It was super dynamic. They, when I designed the comp field for MFT, I based it off of kind of the standard layout of Send Zone, an Ion Rush, but also the main thing was I was thinking about camera angles and where to get camera angle placements. So I kind of placed the cover on the field and designed it that way. Gotham is a much better field layout designer than I am, and also was able to manage to place the live stream camera angles at a very effective locations. So they were live streaming it on the TNT events. There is a link we may add to the description, but if you just go on YouTube and type in BPOC, the live stream for the tournament should pop up. Last year, I think there was 8 teams that competed. This year, there was 13 teams, so 5 more teams than last year. So significantly more than last year. Maryland Foam Tournament had 18 teams this year. And our game time, I think we started around 11 and we wrapped up around 6. Here we played from 12 and we wrapped up at 5, had to be out by 6, but it was extremely efficient, especially with 13 teams. And the way they did it, and I may have to talk to the Maryland Foam Alliance about this for next year's tournament, which I really kind of like the format they did for this, because it allowed for teams to play more matches than what we have for our tournament. But it was 2 groups, and each group would play 5 matches within their group. So each team was guaranteed at least 5 matches. So that was fantastic. We had a bunch of returning teams between Team Midnight, Magic Smoke. I was playing for Mystic Vapor. I also helped out with Friendly Fire. They were a hodgepodge Maryland team. Let's see. The A team was there.
Those Canadians.
Yep, Canadians. Gosh, I forget all the names. There was a good amount of teams that was there. Uno Draw 5, Uno Reverse, the 2 Uno teams. Top Ramen, which was a team last year. I'm not sure if they came back this year and rebranded.
Well, if anyone if he's forgotten anyone, just put it in the chat if Andrew's missed anybody.
That's right. Team Foam Rain. I had a chance to help out and coach Team Foam Rain, the Virginia team. They picked up Mia, who's a Marylander, so that was exciting. Team Foam Rain is actually awesome. I want to say Team Foam Rain. They had the most amount of females on their team with Mia, Bree, and Liz Shelton. So good for them. Super excited to see that. Yeah, so that was super exciting. I'm waiting for the day for the all female team, women's team to come out and show up.
Yes.
So hopefully we'll get to that point at some point.
Because we already did the bearded old fat guy, so now it's time for all women's team, man. Like, come on, man.
That's right. And then so it was 2 groups, round robin, 5 games each. I think our team ended up placing first as far as the round robin goes. Mystic Vapor, or Magic Smoke and Nebula. Oh yeah, Team Nebula. I'm so sorry. How could I forget Team Nebula? Nebula was Zelkos. Tahova showed up. Boomstick Mods played with them. Jed was on there, I believe. So it was a good crowd. And then it came down to after he did the round robin 2 group stage, the top 6 teams moved on to the finals single elimination bracket. So I am pretty sure it was single elimination. Might be double elimination. Someone in the chat may have to correct me on that. But so because we played
Captain Xavier loved that
we had a bye.
Because that means Captain Xavier loved that because that means that he wouldn't have to play more. I think his limit is like 2 or 3 games, and let's just lose and stop.
That's right. And I think it was the 2 top teams of each group ended up having a bye. So we ended up having a bye. And then, unfortunately, our bye was matched us up against reigning MFT champions, Magic Smoke. But it was a fantastic. We played them also in the group bracket. I didn't play against them. I ended up coaching and let my other teammates play against them. But I had to say, those were some great matches, and not only our matches, but just the entire day. There were some amazing matches, and I remember, I didn't design Flag Dash myself. Flag Dash is a collaboration of a lot of people working together to get it to this point. So no one person is responsible for the creation of Flag Dash. But I do remember when we had first talked about Flag Dash and discussing it and just picturing it in my head, I never imagined it being the way and how it's evolved to this point and the way that people are playing it today. Because, pretty much every single play was aggressive. People were going for the flag. People were going for eliminations. It was a lot of high action, a lot of high engagement action that was going on. A lot of flag dashes, a lot of flag pushes. So it was a lot of fun. It was good. So sounds like we got a call.
I think it might be just like
hello. You know what it is, Andrew? This is your best boy, Kyle. You know what it is. I was just with you from over the weekend as well too. Hi, Al.
What's shaking, brother?
As well too. Hey, what's going on? Hey, I'm just coming in to get my own perspective upon APOC and BPOC as well too, because I was with Andrew as well too throughout the whole entire weekend. Not to steal anybody else's thunder, like I know you were just ranting, but you can keep ranting.
Trying to fill
if
up the
you
time
wanted
slot
to.
here.
Oh, okay. I got my hot minute or so, but anyways, I will say that for APOC, I definitely enjoyed my time. Only one of the few games that I could ever shoot 300 FPS out of a whole entire game.
And you were rocking your saber blasters, your Genesis and Apex, and yeah.
Yeah, I was rocking my Saber Ultima. I noticed that you guys were showing the photo album, and I was in my OCPs at the time, sticking a 700 millimeter barrel out in a sandbag area with some camo netting from underneath. If you guys wanted to showcase that, and also rocking some other HBA blasters as well too, and had a really good time, like just meeting other people. From there, just shaking some hands, singing some kumbaya, getting some drinks in from afterwards. And yeah, from Sunday as well too, I was very thankful for the admin team because you know me, I'm always a freelancer. I'm always willing to be picked up by any other team. You know it, you love it. So the admins go ahead and make a brand new team and made me team captain since I had competitive experience. Well, we had three brand new people out of our team, and also some who had a little bit of competitive experiences. Luckily, I try to do the best I can. Well, we couldn't do the top 6 or whatnot. I still had a good time. We did have a little kid throughout the whole entire match.
He was great.
Oh, yeah.
He was your best player.
Absolutely. He was our best player. He kept getting all them flag touches throughout the time. And yeah, it was a really good time. No, nothing else better than that. I just enjoyed my weekend. So
yeah, it was great seeing you,
man.
Awesome, brother. Thanks for calling in. But again, see, there we go.
Apparently we got another caller already. We got to get rid of this guy and get the new one in. Rotate him through real quick. Who's next? Put the new person on.
Hi, this is Zelkos calling in real quick.
Zelkos!
What are you, an organizer or something?
No, it's the other Zelkos. No, just kidding. Oh, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Good.
What's
going on, man?
So yeah, it was. I came on to just correct you a little bit, Andrew. It was 10 teams.
I'm sure I was waiting for it.
It was 10 teams. We had 13 teams. We had 3 walk-on teams last year. We also had 3 walk-on teams this year. But a lot of teams that were kind of walk-ons had changed. The team that you're referring to, Foam Rain, rebranded to Dart Royalty.
That's
and
right.
So that was the team that you were helping coach. We had a bunch of returning teams. I would say majority of them were returning teams. We had Mystic Vapor, Midnight, which played a lot of the same FP team. The MFT teams returned. A team actually brought a lot of people that have never played comp before as well. So they had about 3 or 4 people that hadn't played comp before, and they had brought them down with APOC, and then they joined the next day. So not only were there were familiar teams, but there were also a lot of people that necessarily couldn't fill teams, and then they picked up people like I know Adam from the game War repository joined Uno Reverse. So a lot of good times were had, and a lot of different people, a lot of new experiences for a bunch of different people. But if you have questions for me real quick, I can also answer those or clarify some stuff.
Silence. Anybody have any questions? Zelko's clearly
Yeah,
doing
I knew
something
at
right
some
there,
point
brother.
I was giving out
Go.
fake news, so I appreciate your call in and having me stand correct. So, but yeah, I don't do math, so that's probably one thing. So instead of 13 teams, it's 10 teams. I don't know. It seemed like it was a lot of teams. So
Actually,
You were like, yeah, you were so far off from teams. You're like, yeah, top ramen from last year. I was like,
Team
no.
Double Ring didn't even play.
Well, let's do this then. Zelkos, then obviously, I'm guessing you guys are going to do it again next year. So for those that missed it this year, what kind of message? What do you want to tell people that are realizing after watching the show or otherwise that, man, I want to go to BPOC? What's your message to those people?
Well, it's going to be attached to APOC again. Sometime in August. We definitely, love having it. We definitely were very efficient at what we were doing.
Keep going.
I think he's gone.
Oh my God. Anyways, BPOC will happen next year again. Zelkos, thanks, buddy. But yeah, look out for it.
Thanks,
all right,
man.
another call. No callers?
No caller?
All right.
We're getting marketers calling us.
I know in conversation, Zelkos had mentioned maybe switching the game type next year. So it may not be Flag Dash. It may be King of the Hill or Hot Pod or whatever you guys are running out at Waffle. So yeah, that
whatever we call it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Flag Dash, but instead of going off the back of the arena, there's a basket you drop the ball in. Other than that, it's Flag Dash.
I like games with goals and balls, so sounds
we should all just be playing Nerf ball, man. Why aren't we just all playing Nerf ball?
I agree. Hasbro gave up too easy.
All right. Apparently, we've got another caller here at 979-500-2794.
Another caller.
Are they here? Oh, man down. Nobody wants to talk to us.
I bet you it was General Strife if it was anyone.
Probably.
Maybe it was Zelko's calling back to say, man, why'd you hang up on me?
Captain, what's his name?
Zelkos, you can call back, man, if you want to give me those information that we dropped you on. Sorry, brother.
Once I got to give some more fake news and wrong information before Zelkos to call back and correct.
Yeah.
So.
One of the rules of the internet. The best way to get the right answer is to publicly post the wrong answer.
That's right.
Which reminds me to let people know, BPOC grand prize was $1 million. So if someone won $1 million on Sunday, you should have went. Too bad. Haha, you missed it.
So the price was so high, they started. The last round got real bloody. People were.
BPOC basically resulted in with Team Nebula and Mystic Vapor, the team I was on, tying for third, and Uno Draw 5 came in second, and
somebody won.
Magic Smoke came in first, of course. So. Congratulations to all the teams, but congratulations to everyone, especially everyone that came out and competed for the first time. That's really kind of what BPOC is a chance for people that have never had a chance to compete or be in a competitive setting to get a chance to try that out. So, and it's always a great time. So I was running the Spirit predominantly. No, not predominantly. Exclusively the entire time. So, and then I was
familiar with that one.
You got. I don't know how that's possible. We got to get one to you.
Tells me
it's basically the alternative to having a momentum. In theory, it's a brushless. It's a brushless solenoid flywheeler. It goes from 120 for HVZ, 150. And then tops out at 200. And then, I don't know. The files are available open source, so you can definitely check them out. But it's pretty popular comp blaster because it's reliable, I think is the main thing, along with the momentum. And it's a lot of fun. So But yeah, that was pretty much it for the weekend. Afterwards, we went out to Uno. I think there was like 60 of us, which is pretty much everyone that competed almost. So we all went out to Uno's and had a nice post-battle meal dinner there, and then everyone headed out, and that was that. But yeah, it was a great weekend. It was a lot of fun, but it was brutally hot outside on APOC for the first day. Luckily, BPOC was inside, and which is good too because it ended up thunderstorming while we were playing throughout the day. So
it was brutally hot up in the Pacific Northwest last weekend too.
Well, how hot was it there?
I don't know, but it was hot. What was it like there?
It was, so I think really what it was the humidity. So it was either 90 or 95 degrees plus the heat index. So it felt like 100 out there on top of the humidity. And like you would step outside and like just immediately start sweating profusely. A couple of our guys came in like full ghillie, like camo decked out. And they didn't, I don't even think they made it to the second round of the first game. And they're like, yeah, I'm taking this off. I'm done with it. So, and they are committed. So if it was too hot for them to LARP that way, it was definitely very hot. So
yeah, dude, it was on this Friday, it was like 110, and Otakon is huge, and never mind the lineup outside, I thought people were going to die. Saturday was, oh my God. Yeah, it was just nuts. Thursday, well, I was inside, so we were okay. And luckily the air conditioning worked. But yeah, it was, I was happy to be inside, not outside. So yeah, I
You got to take all those cosplay with like heavy cosplay on like outside. No way.
Anime ones
melting.
Anime people generally wear less. But you did have a lot of guys a lot of people dressed up in like anyways, all the military ones, the paramilitary ones, where everyone's got different suits and the full on vests and plate armor and stuff like that. It was like they survived. We didn't see anyone pass out, so that's good. Even Nate survived.
A lot of Call of Duty ghosts.
Oh yeah, man. There were a lot of Call of Duty ghosts. There was a lot of oh come on, man. Oh come on. Somebody help me.
Nate's not here. We need Nate for backup.
You're gonna have to
I know,
man. You got to give us something. What were they wearing?
Oh my God, I know it too.
Did they have
helmets? Very anticlimactic, Al.
Nah, I know it's just the worst because my brain sucks, man. It's addled. The black, they had the black and the yellow, and they all still like this for Liberty. The video game. Somebody, come on, man. Damn it! Somebody call Nate. Nate, he'll tell everybody it's there. Anyways, there was a lot of people there.
Mass
not
Effect.
Destiny. No, not Mass Effect.
The new one with the bugs.
Probably. What's that one called? Thank you, Helldivers. Helldivers. There was a bunch of Helldivers.
That's why, because I haven't played Helldivers yet.
See, there you go.
I do know of Helldivers.
Is it that's why. A lot of the SCP or SPC, a lot of guys like that too. So it was just everybody.
Probably some Deathcore Krieg.
Yes, there was a lot of that as well. There was on Friday there were 5. I repeat, 5 separate Jesuses. Now apparently it's a thing where people dress up as Jesus. It's just like weird, man.
Like at which stage in his life?
Pre-crucifixion.
Like, are they in the white robe, or are they there in the Jesus diaper? Because I mean,
no, they're in the robe. They're in the robe.
Is it Buddy Jesus or just Jesus?
Good. See, again, we need a Nate. I don't know, man.
I got a great joke here, but I think it might be a little too savage for this stream.
It could be.
So I posted this on Facebook, but I did want to show it here for the stream of my what I just received in the mail, which I kind of want to get everyone's opinion on, but it's this
banana foregrip.
It's the banana for. Come on, green screen.
Yeah, no, your background is just there. You go.
There we go.
There it is.
Tally me banana.
I like it. You need to get a budgie smuggler to put it on. to put on it while you've got it on the blaster?
So originally I was going to put it on the BK 1S or 2S because it's
they're
yellow.
yellow, aren't they?
Yeah. But then I took my my muzzle guard off my BK, so I would have to put that back on again if I wanted to use it, and I don't like. But anyways, I'm sure I'll find a way for it. But it's definitely a lot smaller than I was anticipating. It's definitely not a pump grip, so don't get this if you're going to use it on a pump action blaster. It's just a foregrip. It will break its PLA, and I think they just painted the spots on. But anyways. The photo made it look way cooler than
a caller. Somebody has discovered our number, which is 979-500-2794. You can call in too.
Hello.
We'll give you a brief. Who are you? What do you want?
I recently had a Nerf war 5,000 feet in the air on paramotors with my buddies.
What?
I need some explanation there. Who is this first?
So you had a blaster battle on one of those like hang paraglider parachute things with the fan on it?
Yes.
That sounds pretty hardcore, actually.
It was amazing. But it was stupid hard to hit each other because what we did was we had CDs that we would that we rigged up to the sides of our paramotors. We were trying to break the CDs. Like once we broke all the CDs on someone, a buzzer would start going off in their headset, and that would tell them that they were out.
Okay, what blasters were you running or were you using, and how high again were you?
About 5,000 feet.
Elevation 5,000 feet using which blasters?
Caliburns.
So not Nerf like blasters. Yeah,
proper blasters.
Yes. Like Caliburns and Talon Plus. I think one of us.
Well, I would not want to be a part of that dart sweep. So.
Well, we didn't even bother. Like we're 5,000 feet in the air. You really think we're gonna find any of those?
Some poor schmo on the ground is just like. The hell was that?
Falling out of the sky. Bits of CD clocking them in the head.
Oh wait! Who are you and where are you?
There's the caliber
Sam
malfunctions midair. There's just Milan couplers falling out of midair.
Hold on, Andrew. Who are you and where are you from?
I'm Sam from New Jersey.
So you did this in Jersey.
Oh, Sam!
Yeah.
Is this Sam? Sam that I owe my your solo to that got lost in mail?
No.
Okay.
Different
now
Sam.
I don't feel so guilty.
Apparently there's more than one Sam in New Jersey. Who would have thought?
Maybe it was Sam from Ohio.
I'd have said yeah.
Yeah, because you could have just gotten yourself a free solo. Better life decisions next time, Sam.
I wouldn't say no to that. I mean, if you're offering.
Dude, he just had a Nerf war off a paraglider at 5,000 feet. Yeah, we're gonna get
That's
the man a
amazing.
solo.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do.
Paramotor. You got a
Paramotor, yes.
back.
That is our next viral marketing video that we're gonna do. Is we're gonna have a blaster battle 5,000 feet in the air with the let's. I'm not skilled enough for a caliber and probably have to use a semi-auto. We'll use the Maxim. The Maxim is a good one to use. I feel like.
Dude,
Yeah, we tried flywheelers, but the altitude was killing them. The cold temperature was just weren't working right.
Yeah.
And I am curious, how well did the ammo perform at that altitude and wind and elevation?
Not as well as on the ground.
Yeah, that's what I would.
Not as bad as you think.
Wow.
I want to see pictures. I want to see video. I want to be
There's
involved.
no pictures or videos. It didn't happen. We need proof.
Right. How many of you were there?
4.
Wow.
One of us had engine trouble and couldn't take off.
Oh no.
Now, I'm curious when you, because I've seen those things. When you go up there, do you have a parachute or do you have like a safety backup? What do you do if like you have not
That
only a
is
blaster
thing that's
malfunction
called
but a
reserve chute.
okay.
That's called the reserve chute. That's for if your wing collapses, you can only open the bag over your shoulder and just grab it and just yeet it over your shoulder and hope it opens.
Wow.
Okay. Cool. Well,
That is,
next time if you get another opportunity to do that, we would love to see some footage or photos of that.
Will do.
Awesome.
Unfortunately, we used up like half our dart supply, so because like it's really hard to hit each other.
Are you reloading in midair as well? Are you loading talons?
Yes.
Talon mags?
Heck, I know how to refuel midair. You really think reloading midair is an issue?
Well,
I've never flown one of those, so we have
me
no
neither.
idea.
I would be bummed out if I got up to 5,000 feet and then just ran out of ammo and couldn't reload and had to come back down to reload after that every time.
Oh no, we
That'd
have
be a
like
bummer.
pouches full of mags.
That's good. Well, that sounds
that's
like
awesome.
fun.
Pretty
That
much
is something
every
I'm
talon we
not brave
have.
enough to do ever. I would never be brave enough to do that.
Dude, that is
Yeah.
awesome.
We're probably not going to do it again for a while because we just used up.
Awesome.
Cool. All right, man. Well, appreciate you
Man
calling
down.
in. That sounds like fun. Let's see the photos next time.
That is awesome. I want pictures. I want evidence. I want to go. Do they have a tandem option? I can see a gunner.
So what did I just get? I just ordered a BK1S because Out of Dart stopped selling the BK2S. Oh, I did get a second B2KS, and then found out they weren't selling them anymore. So I was like, oh, and then saw they had the BK1S they were selling. I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll just get a BK1S too. So now I have one BKS, BK2S. One backup BK2S, and something happens to the first BK2S, and now I have a BK1S. But the BK2Ss, they're 150 FPS, so I'll use those for 150 FPS rounds. The BK1S, I think, gets around 180, 190, so I'll use those for like our 200 FPS rounds. And then anything over that, I'll use the inverted scales for our Sparta rounds or 300 rounds. I'll use the inverted scales, which is tuned for 280 now. So and then I also have the 76, which is hitting right at 200 as well.
Like
so
I was
I think I got my
saying,
AEBs covered.
when Andrew shows up and says, I just brought a few things, just a few things, just a few things. Hey, is there room in your car? Yeah, one person and Andrew's stuff.
Yeah.
How many you got, Cap?
What?
How many ABs you got?
One, if you don't count
You
the
have
strike.
Storm?
No, the only one I have is I've got Stampedes and all the Nerf ones, and then the only high end one is the 76.
76, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't have inverted scales. I don't have a BK. I didn't get a Sweetheart Storm.
Yeah, I don't have a Sweetheart Storm. It's a little pricey for me, especially when there's other ones out there, and I don't need mine to shoot 300. I mean, I want it. Don't get me wrong. I want a Storm. I just don't want to spend that much money on.
Anyone that has
but
one lying around, feel free to
BK1S,
send it to Andrew.
the BK2S has been fantastic. It's the good thing about it is it's kind of jam. It's not jam proof, but it's the way that they have the jam sensor. So if there's a dart in there, it'll let you know, won't even fire, so you can clear it out. The way that you can clear jams out isn't super efficient, but it's effective. So that's the other thing is like clearing jams out of the 76 or the inverted scales is kind of a pain in the butt. Sometimes this one is literally just reset, deprime, and then you can unjam. So there's a lot of good things about it. So if they could marry the BK1S, 2S with the inverted scales, I would pay $300 for that. Yeah, easily. So,
all right, let's switch it up a little bit. So we talked about events you've already done to. So I guess first we'll do a little just a little side thing. So for those that don't know, or those that are already going, this weekend we have the ABC event that's happening this weekend in Atlanta.
Atlanta Blaster
It is a
Club
fundraiser.
tournament.
Well, there you go.
Tournament of
There's a
shrooms,
tournament.
is that what it's called, or mushroom?
Tournament of
what is it called?
shrooms. Tournament of mushrooms. I think
I
that's
don't
what
know
it
what
is,
that.
man.
I can only guess.
Yes. So that's happening. That's happening this weekend in the Atlanta area. Or if you're nearby and you have no idea, go check it out. Go check out the ABC channel, man. As always, it's a fundraiser for their club. I again have sent a bunch of stuff to them. Like I told them, let me get through Otakon and whatever I have left, I'll send it to you. But they always get some great things. There will be charity raffles and stuff like that, and it's a fun event. They really know what they're doing out there. Josh is good people. Yeah, if you get the chance, Atlanta this weekend, go do it. Don't make excuses. Just go. I can't. I made excuses. So all the excuses are used up. You're out of excuses. Go do it. Now, with that said, after that, wait. Endor. Yeah, tell us about what's going on with Endor, man. I guess we should. That's on the calendar now and it's official.
Well, yeah. So, I guess there's ABC this weekend.
Yep.
And then RAG is happening in October. I also know the Canadians are having their Halloween Hell. What's it called again?
Hell Before Halloween.
Hell for Halloween event again. So that'll be in October.
When in October? They give us a date yet or no?
I got to talk to them, or you. I'm sure they'll talk to you about it and get things coordinated.
Absolutely.
But that's coming up. What else is coming up? And then I think is Endor. And then Sub-Zero is coming back also. So those are kind of the ones that are coming up.
Is that one going to be in January again?
I believe so. But I would guess it's going to be around the same time as it was last year, and hopefully not as bad weather from what I hear. So, but people went and had a good time.
Not when MegaCon is.
Yeah, not when MegaCon is. That's right.
All right. So tell us about Endor, since it is your club and it is the local one.
Yeah, I mean, more appropriately, you guys should probably have Boomstick Mods on here to talk about it since it's his event, really. But Battle of Endor is the annual Maryland Nerf Herders Forest Blaster Battle. So every first Saturday in November is Battle of Endor at the Maryland Nerf Herders field. But instead of playing on the normal field we play at, there is a forest that is adjacent within, like 50 feet or whatever. It is 200 FPS all day long. Game types are themed to Star Wars. So last year, oh gosh, I forget what it was. But we basically, game types were like Force Awakens and Battle for Hoth and things like that. So, but standard team deathmatch, capture or flag push, King of the Hill, domination. Those are the kind of game types that are going to be run for there. It is a bring your own ammo event. Normally our club supplies the darts for the day, but since this is a special event, you are required to bring your own ammo. Because it's in the woods, we also ask you to wear appropriate clothing, shoe wear and pants and stuff, just so you're safe from the elements. Last year it didn't. Yep, exactly. Last year it didn't rain or snow, but just be prepared for any kind of weather that could happen in Maryland during November. It's unpredictable at that time. But yeah, it's basically a all-day blaster battle. I think we get started around 9:30 or 10-ish, and we go all the way until around 5:30 or 6, and just have a gigantic blaster battle in the woods. There's going to be raffles. We'll try to get some vendors down there. You always make an appearance. See if we can get Xavier to show up.
It was a lot of fun.
See if we can get Anthony down here.
Hashtag send Cap to the Battle of Endor.
That's right.
All donations are accepted. Does someone have an extra flight? The captain will happily relieve you of that flight for free if you want to see him at Endor. That'd be great. Just let us know.
Yeah. So, I mean, really, this is kind of Maryland Nerf Herders, Maryland Foam Alliance, Maryland Nerf Herders. version of APOC, essentially. A large scale blaster in the woods. It's not in paintball field, but it's in the woods, all natural cover.
A lot of fun.
And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Last year, I think we had around 80 people. So it'd be great if we could get attendance to be around 100 this year.
We'll break 100 this year.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And then usually after our blaster battle, we go and celebrate afterwards. I think a couple of years ago, we went to Dave & Buster's for RJ's birthday. I forget what we did. But regardless, anyways, it's a lot of fun. So if you're available, it's the first Saturday in November, which I believe is November 5th. So mark that on your calendar. If you're available, come down to pay us a visit in the Maryland area. It's a lot of fun.
We'll smuggle in some Canadians, maybe some Ohioans and other people too. So yeah, definitely come out. Don't be the one that's been left out. So that's then right. I've also got word. So Hell Before Halloween, that is the one that's happening in Canada. That will be the 19th. That is October 19th and Saturday.
There we go.
That is, they actually encourage people. I think you might have to, but we'll get clarification as we get closer. But right now, it's kind of letting people know if you want to travel in October. We have Hell Before Halloween happening in Canada. It's on the eastern side of Toronto. It's again also out in a piece of property where they got wooded area as well, and they actually encourage people to dress up in their favorite Halloween costumes. And I think also if they're doing the same thing again, we'll have more specific details. Feel free to call me out and tell me I'm wrong now. It's okay. We'll have them on. We'll talk about it. But it's a limitation. I think no mag fed, and I think it's single shots. And I think the cap is 300 FPS.
Yep.
Yeah, it's old school. It is old school.
Old school and NIC. Yep.
Yes, and there will be a large bonfire after where don't burn stuff, but burnable stuff. But yes, it's going to be a lot of fun, man. Get a chance. Trust me, if you've never been on the Canadian side, go. Plus, if you're American, come on, man. Exchange rate is great. Canada's cheaper comparatively. So do it. Do it.
Go check out
our events. Go to their events.
It's Tang is the Tang's the group, right? On Facebook.
Toronto Area Nerf Group. It is Tang.
That's
like
it.
the drink.
So go check out that for more information. What is Cap working on? I see a nose and a beard, and it looks like Gimli.
I'm petting a cat.
Oh, okay. That's right.
That's the Swamp Cat. Say hello to Swamp.
You know what else I picked up? I picked up Out of Darts has been getting a lot of business from me lately. I picked up the new upgraded TAC unicorn that they're releasing. That's up for pre-order. I already have a unicorn. Funny story is I got a unicorn from France Foamworks when it first came out. I remember Anthony Maritime Foam came to Survival Fest. It was one of the first people that had it and showed it off to me. The unicorn, the original unicorn. So I had a chance to try it there, and I was like, "Oh man, this is pretty cool." You know, it's a solid blaster, and you know, it's all metal. It feels good. So I ended up through a series of events. France gave me one, and at this point, I think Chris Caruso from Team Frumble taking over kind of the logistics of France at that time. But I'd gotten one. And he gave me a upgraded spring or a double coiled spring and new plunger tube and things like that to make it perform a little bit better. So I got it and I was assembling it, put it together, and it wouldn't catch. And I was like, what is going on? So I contacted Caruso and I was like, yo, dude, what's up? And he's like, oh, you're missing your plunger. And I was like, what? There's no plunger here. And I basically... I'm so sorry, Caruso. I'm sorry, Josh, and I'm sorry, Chris. But I was like, you forgot the plunger. It's not in here, you know. You owe me a plunger. So I moved to my new place here, and I'm unpacking. This happened a week ago. And lo and behold, in one of the boxes, what do I see? I see the plunger.
Dude, man, come on. That was you?
That was me. So my unicorn works now. But then we came out with the upgraded one, and that's hitting over 200. It says. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead. It's like I forget how much it was. I think it was like $150. So still relatively affordable. So I ended up picking up that. So looking forward that pre-order coming. So I have pre-ordered a BK1S and pre-ordered a upgraded TAC unicorn that I'm waiting for from Out of Darts.
All right, so let's transition from the guy that spends all his money at Out of Darts to the guy that spends the most time at Out of Darts from the three of us.
That's right.
I'm actually gonna be there on Friday. Originally the plan was to be there yesterday, and then he wasn't available, so he asked me if we could move it to today, and I was like, well, hopefully I can get back in time for the stream if I do that. And then he had a double booking with his kids. He haven't spent time with his children or some rubbish. I don't know.
Oh gosh, family time.
Yeah, so I'm going down there on Friday to hang out, pick up pallets, and look at whatever new stuff they've got.
What's on the pallet?
Now, just pallets. He gets shipped pallets and pallets of stuff, and then usually has to dispose of them. And I want to use pallets to build cover and stuff. So
that's fair. I thought there was product on the pallets. I was like, oh.
Now I'm just going down there with my trailer and picking up the pallets.
Nice.
Well, there was product at one point.
Yeah. I would love to make off with a pallet load of Out of Darts product.
Now, when you're using pallets for cover, are you stacking them on top, or are you standing them up and making a wall, or how are you using the pallets for?
I haven't decided yet. I've got a couple of plans. One, I plan to actually, screw four of them together to create an X that's standing, and then possibly put one more on top of that, so there's more cover in certain directions. And then in the arena, I'm actually planning to use them potentially to build shooting platforms.
Oh, cool.
Inside some of the buildings, so you actually have an elevated platform that you can shoot from. So we'll see how that turns out.
On top of the porta potty.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that'll be a tower, a strong house. Yeah, that'll be the bastion.
Very
One
cool.
of these days I'll get around to buying the shipping containers I want to get to upgrade my competitive arena.
Dude, how much? What else? Offhandedly, how much does a shipping container go for, roughly?
Around $1,000, give or take, depending on the size.
That ain't bad.
There's a lot of shipping in this area, so there's used ones that you can get, or you can get. I really want to get two of the really small ones, the 8 foot by 8 foot ones, and use them as both additional storage, but also as the basis for building a fort around. And then eventually building a tower on top of the container to then have,
that would be cool.
Ideally up to a 3-story tower. Have a 30-foot tower that people can actually go up in and shoot down onto the arena.
Cool.
Or
some mechanism by which people can use Titan rockets or Demolisher rockets or something to blow up the tower.
Or it's just going to be you on top there with the new AEB, just picking people off.
Tank. That's with a megaphone just yelling at people.
The new Saber tournament darts are coming out. Apparently, has anyone got a chance to try those out?
The what now?
So apparently, Saber are releasing tournament darts. I think Bradley Phillips got a chance to get his hands on them. I don't think Kyle had them on hand with them, but I know Sandman on Facebook was testing them out. I think he got a shipment from Saber, but if anyone has any opinions on the new Saber tournament darts, like to hear about that. Thoughts on that?
I came across a whole bunch of new dart styles recently. Somebody had mentioned in one of my videos where we're looking at, darts and rifling and whatnot. They're like, has anyone thought to put rifling on the dart? And I had seen people that had made 3D printed darts that had rifling on the tip. Unfortunately, that's, if you 3D printed, it's going to be solid. But someone else recommended putting dimpling on the dart like you would on a golf ball or like they have on rival balls. And I found a place that had dimpled darts. It had darts where there was twist in the foam.
Wow.
And I need to order some and try them out. And I couldn't tell from the picture if they were regular foam or if they were the ultra style foam.
So we had there was one of our players named Gyroscope. He had taken DZ darts at one point, the rubies, and I guess he carved I mean, he did. I don't know how long it took him because there was like a whole bin full, but he manually carved rifling into the foam of these darts. I still have some. I don't think they performed any better, or maybe arguably worse, honestly. But you know what I did see is someone cut down and molded the N1 darts and made them into short darts, bamboo short darts.
Oh yeah. I saw that. I saw bamboo in one dart.
Yeah, so made a mold. I guess heated it up, had a mold of some sort, and set it to like 60 degrees or something like that, and made short darts out of the N1. And was shooting like 300 FPS. I forget out of which blaster, but it looked pretty impressive. I'd like to see that.
Do we have any thoughts on the new Nitro dart?
I like them, but I haven't done like I do want to do a video where I compare the original Dart Zone darts, the Gen 2s, and then the Nitro darts, and see the difference. I know the original ones were lighter, were heavier. The Gen 2s were lighter, and then the Nitros are heavier again. The Nitros have a third band on them, which presumably will make them better in flywheelers because you've got more consistent grip. But I don't know. I haven't run the test.
So
I've heard conflicting reports on the long wang darts that I got sent. Some people say they work great, others they don't. Obviously, it comes down to blaster. Every blaster likes certain darts or doesn't like other darts. Or they do seem to only want to perform in high-powered blasters. They don't seem to like low-powered blasters.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if they're tighter and so they get stuck if you don't have enough power to actually clear the barrel, or what the deal is. But someone else asked me to do a video that I need to sit down and do, which was they wanted me to do a destructive test, or as destructive as possible test, using the iPro that's provided by Hasbro and Dart Zone, because the ones that come with the new Hasbro Pro, the Nerf Pro blasters, they're actually rated iPro. It actually has the rating on the glasses as being OSHA approved or whatever. And I don't know if I ever saw any marking on the Dart Zone one, and I'd be interested to see. Yeah, okay, the ones that came with the Mark IVs, the full goggly looking ones, and then the smaller ones, and hit them with stuff that's hitting over 200 FPS and see what actually happens.
Which makes sense, but at the same time, I'm thinking, like, that's cool that they do it, but even at 150, 200 FPS, I'm pretty sure the glasses are rated for much higher than that.
Yeah,
but why not?
But it would be interesting if you discovered they weren't. Now, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that make a sensational video?
It would be. Yes, that's the thing. You're going to hit it with a hammer and then a sledgehammer?
Nerf magazine. Somewhere around here, I have a Nerf magazine that's got an FPJ halfway through it, where the plastic shattered and it made it halfway through it, from a 500 FPS blaster that I built. Like, Dan, this is why you shouldn't do this.
Yeah, slightly
and why we don't allow FPJs.
Just saying. So we lost Andrew. I think he's back now.
I think can you hear me?
I think so.
I had a donut cat rewire my sender for 3S LiPo, and now that sucker is purring very.
See, I am absolutely convinced, and I would love to talk to an engineer at Hasbro. I am absolutely convinced that thing was designed to run on a 3S, just like the Strife X was designed for 3S. I'm convinced the sender was supposed to be 3S, and some bean counter somewhere decided, no, we got to get these things down to $50 so we can put them on the shelves at Walmart. And so they had to rebuild it for AA's, and it wasn't designed for it. It doesn't have the current for it. The motors aren't working properly, and that's why we're getting such poor performance out of senders on AA's. But I had the same experience. I just used alligator clips and hooked up a 3S to the battery leads and ran it on 3S. It hits 170 and it shoots straight as an arrow. So
yeah, I mean, even before I did that, I mean, I'll be honest. Like I was pretty happy with the stock performance off of double A's. But yeah, getting it onto 3S is a relatively simple rewire, and definitely worth it. And definitely is increases the performance.
That the battery housing isn't more easier to, because you got to Dremel out the entire battery housing. It would have been. They could have designed it to make it easier. What they should have done,
is what Dart Zone did.
Is what Dart Zone did with the Mark III, and have an XT60 inside. You just take the battery housing off, put an XT60 on. Oh, that would have been so much nicer.
No, they don't do that. No.
It'd be too easy. It'd be too nice.
Too easy. Too clear cut. Never worked.
I've been really excited about the Venom modification kits I've been seeing. Xbox Games has a great one out.
Yeah, I've got a couple here. He's got replacement barrel, replacement top rail. Xbox has a stock, which is what I really want, because this one would make just the sveltest of SMGs. And it feels more like an SMG than a pistol, in my opinion, anyway.
Truth.
I like it. These ones both have V cars in them. One's got a 15-degree twist. One's got a 15-degree. One's got 10. One's 15. I need to hit a target and get a third one so I can do a comparison of.
Here's something I saw that was really exciting at APOC. Adrian from A-Team Canadians had a. Pretty sure it was full auto 3D printed blaster that used the Tomcat drum, and it was beautiful. It blew up at the end of the day, but while it worked, it was beautiful. I think it was hitting 150. It was hitting. I forget what he had in it, but it fed. It rotated the drum. It shot the darts straight. I don't know what he did. But it is fantastic. I've heard rumors.
I would love that because I've got like 3 or 4 Tomcat drums because I ordered extra drums when they were available.
So I've heard rumors of a few different people working on something like that, but this was the first time I actually saw something in person. And
yes, please.
It's got to be one of the most compact 50-round systems that's ever been developed, right?
Yeah. So the bottom line is, if Adrian can do it, Dart Zone, you know you can.
You use your own hardware, man. Just put a pusher and some flywheels, and you're good.
Yeah. Especially because
somebody make an AEB that takes that drum.
That would be cool. That would be dangerous. But the Tomahawk, the Tomahawk was the Tomahawk was semi-auto, not full auto. But I guess in theory, if they could figure out a way to get the drum to rotate automatically. I mean, like I said, Adrian did it. It was fantastic. So I'm super excited to see the other iterations of that from other designers and see what that. But it does exist. It is a thing. I have seen it in person, and looking forward to.
Yes, please. I'll take 7 of them. Should we plug the Dart Zone Idea Lab?
Oh yeah, always plug
Dart Zone. We should definitely plug Idea Lab. So
especially since we just mentioned it. So
dartzonblasters.com/Idea Lab. There's a form you can fill out to give Dart Zone ideas, and they do in fact read them. This is why some of the newest blasters that we absolutely love exist. Like we wanted a greater than 100 FPS hammer prime blaster. And people suggested that over and over and over. And so that exists now in the Outlaw. We wanted, a Tomcat that could take magazines. That's a thing now in the Striker 2.0. They wanted, there's other things that have been suggested enough that there's a good chance they will happen. Things
Keep asking for that lever action, guys.
Lever. Yeah. I was going to say lever action blaster. We love them. They're gimmicky. They're ridiculous, but we love them. If we ask enough, they'll get one. People first want
it's a nightingale,
action. Man. I don't understand the obsession with bolt action. Shotguns. Yeah. We want shotguns. We want all kinds of stuff. But that's where you can go and recommend it, and they do actually look at it. And if they can make it happen, they'll make it happen.
Just to pivot a little bit, does anyone have thoughts on the Siren Blasters? I'm sure at this point everyone has gotten the notification that the full auto and the Springer are slightly delayed, but they were able to deliver the pistol on time. But...
It's hot mocklet, man. For a first attempt for a company that doesn't usually make darts or dart blasters, they got a lot of things right. They also got a lot of things wrong. The ergonomics is horrific on that thing. The grip is uncomfortable. The priming handle is, I don't know who signed off on that thing. From what I've seen, I got the handle of the flywheeler. The flywheeler works great, and it's got adjustable, I think, rate of fire,
but not performance.
I don't think so.
Okay. So it's like a Phoenix, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's bullpup, and the ergonomics are actually quite nice. It's a stealth little blaster. The big Springer, again, it's got a grip that reminds me of like Busby grips in how atrocious the ergonomics on the grip is. Like I honestly don't know how that got classed R&D. It's got to be one of the worst grips I've ever seen on any blaster ever, and that's including a lot of the bad, either tiny Busby grips or the big chunky Busby grips. The plastic quality is good, and the pump action Springer has a feature I don't think I have ever seen on any other pump action blaster, and it's a really, really cool idea, which is variable prime. So the further back you prime the blaster, the harder it hits. And there's a slide on the blaster that can allow you to adjust what the maximum prime will be. So it'll stop you when you get halfway. And so you get less power. Or you can just get practiced at only doing half a prime or 3/4 of a prime or a full prime. And that's a genius way to have an adjustable power Springer. And I've never seen anyone do it before. So I'm hoping that will inspire other people to do similar things. Because otherwise, we've got, adjustable spring caps, or we've got spacers, or we've got swapping springs. This is one that you slide a little thing forward, and now you can only pump it 3/4 of the way, and now you're hitting 50 FPS less or something. That's a really cool concept. So again, for being their first foray into high performance blasters, they had some really cool things. They just really need to work on their shell ergonomics. But again, the quality is there. The power isn't bad. It's got decent power. And if I recall, they were relatively inexpensive.
For what they are, yeah. I think they were. Or at least the pre-orders, yeah.
One second. Breaking news. Let me just interject something here. Just to confirm, Adrian is working on a Tommy gun that takes the Tomcat drums. Hits 150 with 4 Krakens, but should hit much higher with fast motors up front, Nightingale wheels, full auto, so close to being done. So, yeah, breaking news. It's coming. Anyways,
that's one thing I wish I had taken video of when I was at APOC.
Tell him to send me one. Tell him I want one. Give me.
I want 7. All right, sorry, Cap. Keep going, brother.
Adrian, you have 1, 2, 3 orders already for that. So
I think I believe they just take Talon mag.
Yeah,
so they did
I believe they're Talon compatible.
They do come with a mag size that we've never seen before. It's like a 6-round mag, which is actually really handy because of things like Maryland Mayhem's HVZ, right. Where you start out with a 6-mag capacity, and currently the only low capacity Talon mag was 5. So if they have a 6, then you've got your 6-round mag for your Talon compatible blasters. Hopefully they sell them separately, because I don't want to have to buy another knurl just to get a second 6-round magazine.
So I saw CR Nerf posted that he was able to get his hands on and purchase the Dart Zone Adventure Force Maxim at Walmart store.
They're hitting stores. I want a pair of them.
Jelly. So I went out blaster hunting yesterday, either a day on Tuesday. Told myself I would never do that again. Hit up 3 Walmarts. No luck. But they are starting to trickle out, is what I hear. So if anyone has gotten or seen the Maxim hit store shelves in their area, I'd like to know.
You know what we
Especially
can do, Andrew?
I love that they're translucent.
We'll get them to bring us a couple in Chicago.
Colors.
Yep, and meet us in Chicago.
I plan to go looking when I go down to Out of Darts because I'll be down in the Vancouver, Portland area. They've got bigger stores and they're on a port. So if anyone's going to get them before anybody else, it would be them.
Yeah, I know. Drac did his review on that. Hopefully in Chicago we'll be able to get a preview. Keeping fingers crossed, we'll see. But yeah,
Walmart exclusive, right?
Yeah, it's Adventure Force.
Yeah.
So it's Walmart
it's the purple
exclusive.
one, like the Nexus X.
Yep.
But $50, semi-auto. Was it running off of 8AA's or did it come with the? Is it running off of LiPo? Someone in the chat's going to know.
It's Dart Zone. It's probably. I think it's running off a rechargeable LiPo. Or
that would be great.
It's not really a LiPo. It's a lithium ion, but
that's right. And then Drac I saw was getting like 160, 170 on it. So it's on par. It's shooting.
Oh, it's got to be. It can't be AA if it's getting those numbers. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I want 2 of them because they're neat looking.
And the translucent. It's
really a half cool. Dart strife, man. It's a half dart strife.
It's a upgraded Spectrum or Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
Or downgraded
full darts, right?
It's got a Nerf stock attachment point, doesn't it?
Well, Dart Zone, they all do.
It might be one of those dual ones that they've been doing, so you can run buffer and end strike. So
I thought it didn't come with a stock. No, it does. Does it come with?
The Omnia did come with the stock, so
yeah. I'm wondering if.
And so did the Spectrum, so I would assume it comes with some type of stock.
Probably a Nerf strike attachment point with a buffer tube style.
Where's CR Nerf when we need him? He would know.
And that's the best. It's awesome. But yeah, I'm excited for that one. I want to get a pair of those. I need another Venom. I'll hit the good.
How many Venoms do you have? I have 2 Venoms currently. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with them yet.
Mine are going to my loaner bin. I got a half dart loaner bin for event now, and I've got things like my Strife X's went in there. I've got a bunch of Nexuses in there. I've got these. I can't keep them out in my trailer my Nerf war in a trailer that I've built because they've got a lot of 3D printed parts and they've got lipos and it gets very, very warm out there.
Yep.
Those are good loaner blasters. I would put them in my loaner bin, except I want to use them myself.
Yeah. I have learned my lesson. If people take a loaner blaster, they get 1 magazine because I gave out multiple magazines last time and I did not get them all back.
Oh no, yeah.
So you get 1 mag. You don't like it, buy your own stuff. I lost one of my 4 Venom mags on the first day I took them out.
Ooh.
Can't trust people.
Just quickly over to chat. So General Strife has confirmed that the CRNR's video that is a combo buffer tube and an end strike stock. Also, awesome. General Strife is working on a hammer primed blaster video and about 5 minutes in and at a standstill. I just need help with how it continues. The challenges of streaming. And then we have a question from Hell2. What are your thoughts on the Venom? Will other companies follow suit? The shroud of the dart slide has fallen, began the price war. The price war has.
Probably. I mean, Nerf already did, really, because their original Pro was online exclusive, and it was $130, $120 blaster, and then Dart Zone, Maxim Pro line is available in Walmart. It's available in Target. They're $50 or less. Yeah, and so we see the new Pro blasters are $50 or less. You've got the Sender at $50. If it should have come. I would have preferred that it came with its own, balanced charger lipo, 3S lipo with balanced charger built in. It looks like it's supposed to have a battery that locks onto that where that is. They clearly decided, no, we want to be able to sell this at Walmart. We can't sell a $120 blaster at Walmart. Okay, we're going to have to drop it down. And so we got what we did. And I think that's the result. The sad thing is, this does come with a rechargeable battery, and it comes with 2 mags, and it can, you're like, okay, if they can do it, why can't you?
Well, I wonder
the nice thing
with
about the Sender is it is still good quality plastic. It's good quality internals. It's everything we've expected from Hasbro quality. It just didn't have the performance because they had to shave $70 off the price, and for that you lose performance.
Well, it might have been $70.
Quality or we get poor performance.
My comparison was going to be the Omnia, because the Omnia comes in around 90, right, with the battery and everything else. So was it them also where it would have been 90 with rechargeable, but they're purposely doing it so they could sell less on the Omnia?
Well, I don't know. I would have preferred a $90 Sender with a battery. I would have preferred a $120 Sender with a battery, just because we would have had it good out of the box. The nice thing, again, the same thing with the Torrent, is they're moddable again, and they mod well. Because there was an era there where Hasbro was intentionally making their blasters unmoddable, basically.
How much money did they lose?
It's really easy to mod the Sender. It's really easy to mod the Torrent. Put in a heavier spring, a longer barrel, put in a lipo. You're good to go. The form factors are great. The ergonomics are great. They have stock attachment points. When I first saw the pictures, I assumed they didn't, and then they did. The Recon Mark II stock is the perfect length for both of them, and they come in a color that matches the blaster perfectly. So I like what Hasbro did, because it's not like these were so perfect out of the box that we didn't mod them. We immediately modded them. People didn't like the resin, the grip. They made it
less
dual
than a
stage.
day. There's mods.
Yeah, less than a day. People had a kit for how to make it dual stage. So it's interesting where they're going, getting them down to the $50 mark. Okay, we're going to have to mod them. We were going to do that anyway. As much as I love the Strife X, I modded both of mine. One's got a hardware kit on it, a 3D printed exterior kit. Both of them, I upgraded the catch spring. Same thing on my Sender. The Sender had the same problem. It had a tension spring on the pusher, which is on the opposite end of the mechanic. It's got a geared pusher, but the spring, it's a really, really heavy trigger pull. But you can use that stock spring and move it from one part of the blaster to another part that already exists, and you solve the trigger problem. And it's a beautiful trigger pull now.
I got
5-minute mod, no tool or no additional parts needed. It was really cool. I'll have that video out eventually. I've filmed it. I just need to take it to the range, which I need to film range day today. What does anybody know what ammo types I'm supposed to be using today?
Oh, that's right. The range tomorrow, man. What are we doing?
Boomco only.
Boomco. Nothing but Boomco.
Is it really?
No, I just made that
I don't
up.
think it was even on the. I don't think Boomco was even on the survey. Let me get back to
You gotta use the D Dart blaster with Boomco.
They want full-length darts and by a narrow margin demolisher rocket.
No. I don't know what he pushed, but we lost him.
Yeah, I pushed the wrong button. I'm gone.
He's frozen.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Frozen
We just can't see you. Yes.
I see it. He's just frozen. At least he's smiling.
Hello, does it work?
I think so.
Demolisher rockets and full-length darts. So
again, tomorrow, another episode of The Range brought to you by Captain Xavier.
Range.
If y'all don't know, he runs a survey. You answer the survey, depending what the survey is, then he picks and he shoots stuff next week, which is always fun.
Yep. You get to pick what ammo types I take to the range. So I pick one blaster that I just feel like plinking with, and then pick blasters that fire the ammo types you guys vote for, and take them out to the range and plink with them. So this week, it's full-length darts and demolisher rockets. So I get to pull out bazookas, and I should bring just like nothing but Doc Busby full-length blasters. Just
we got any
demolisher.
We got any new Forge episodes coming out anytime soon, or what's going on with the Forge?
So yeah, the Forge. Someone got too busy and can't edit that well throw on conventions and make as much stuff as I have. And then my guy that edits is kind of busy with his own life. His name is Andrew. So I hope now I'm also going to Scotland at the end of the month, which reminds me, I will be in the UK. I hope not for Foam Fest, but at the end of Scotland, at the end of August, I will be in Scotland for 10 days. I will be meeting up with a couple of people, man. I'm doing a tour in Scotland, which will be fun. Sometime after that in September, then yes, I'm going to figure out. And I know people, you can just edit, you can just do this. Here, let me let you in on a little secret. The older you get, man, the harder it is to just learn how to do more and more things where it's like, I don't have that much time or patience anymore. But yes, I will fire up the forge again to show you how it is, the crazy things I make. Life should be back under control in terms of less conventions and more time to make stuff, but that will be happening in September. Also, next week, there will be nothing. There is no foam zone. There is no nothing. Why? Because we don't want to do it, man. We're going to throw a fit. We're on strike. We're going to do other stuff. You want to see us again? You know what? We are now holding this stream hostage. If you want to see us again, you're going to send us money. When I see money, then we'll think about putting it back on. In the meantime, just send money. What? Yes.
Time to schedule your yearly CAT scan.
Probably. I think I've lost my mind. No, anyways, no, next Wednesday we will not be on. Many of us are actually going to be in Chicago for a convention. So next week there is nothing on Wednesday. You get a break. So do we get a break. However, the following Wednesday, it will be Get Off My Lawn once again. And this time, actually, what we're going to have is we're going to have Aaron Esser. Aaron Esser of, well, if you know his YouTube channel, he makes all kinds of first-person shooter videos and stuff like that. The man just loves doing videos. He's great people. And so we're going to actually have him on. We're going to talk about his process, what he does, what he brings to the hobby and community. That's part of it also. As much as we talk in comp and pro and modding, this is all still part of it, where he takes stock blasters, modded blasters, painted blasters, and he does all kinds of cool videos. So we are going to have Aaron Esser on in 2 weeks, which is going to be a lot of fun. Maybe we'll convince him to come out to an event.
Flying us out to Canada and putting us in his videos so that we can become rich and famous.
And then, yeah, we're going to offer to, if he needs guys to fill in with like large smart blasters or shoulder pads and make us either like bosses like a video game or bad guys or like NPC. Either way, we will.
Yeah, I want to be a bad guy in one of his videos.
I know. Maybe we'll see what he says. That'd be awesome if you'll have us. But that'll be actually Wednesday, August 21st, I do believe is the date, is that we'll be on. Then right after that, August 28th, the Foam Zone will return with Andrew, a.k.a. Dart Sweep. I'm not sure who he has on yet. I think he's still figuring it out. But
I think I'm working on having Joe Fox from Xbox Games come on. So hopefully we'll be able to confirm that. Also, I'm trying to get Perry from Out of Darts on, Jade from Pandemic. And
Captain
at some
Shotgun
point we
wants to be on Get Off My Lawn.
Who does?
Captain Shotgun. He's usually in the stream.
Yep.
Well, everybody
I streamed on his channel last Friday.
And then we got to get our boy General Stripe on here at some point as a guest.
Yeah, there we go.
We're also probably going to have someone from the A-Team telling us about Hell Before Halloween as well. So yeah, It's going to be busy, man. We're going to run out of time quickly. Also, at some point, so again, for those that are tuning in late, Dart Zone's last convention is going to be in Chicago in 2 weeks. So not next weekend, the weekend after. Myself and Andrew will be there. Come out and see us. Come say hi, man. We will be at Chicago Fan Expo in the Dart Zone booth. What's the Dart Zone booth look like? It is a giant inflatable thing. Trust me, you'll find us. It's kind of hard to miss.
You'll hear it.
And yeah. What is that? Well, hello. But definitely come check us out. Come see us. Also, as always, if you haven't done it yet, subscribe, like, and subscribe. Remember, the more subscriptions we get, we actually get money. If we actually get money, we can actually do more things. The website we're still developing. We are a little behind on a couple of things, but you got to remember, everything we do is volunteer basis. People get busy. If we had more money, then we could pay people and get it done. But in the meantime, we are trudging forward, and we're going to make this happen. Don't forget to register, worldfoamalliance.org. Go register. We need to know where you are. Where we know you are, then we can actually link you with other people, especially groups and everything else. We hope to have some fun things launched before Foam's Giving, which will be happening November, December. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, it's always fun, man.
Always good times.
We do what we do. You do what you do, man. have Nerf Wars. So again, we have Atlanta, ABC next weekend. We have Hell Before Halloween. There's Ragnarok Oktoberfest. There is the Battle of Endor. And the best thing is there are probably other events that you may know that we just don't know about yet. Let us know so we can tell other people. We are here to unite it, man. We are here to unite the foam-flinging community.
Yeah, call in.
Like
shout out your event on Get Off My Lawn. We'll happily have you come in and talk about your event. You just you got to get all the details out before the 3-minute mark, or we just cut you off.
Who put these old dudes in here?
Yeah, it's gonna be on Thursday.
What? Who said that? Who did that? Nice, Andrew. Thanks again for having us on here, man. As always, it's fun.
This is our show. He's the guest.
Yeah, I thought you had me. I thought I was the guest.
You are. Didn't I say that? Did I come out wrong?
No, you said thanks for having us on.
You're
oh
very
my God,
welcome.
that's right.
You are welcome for having me on your own show.
Here on Phone Zone.
I gotta schedule that MRI, man. Something is wrong, or I'm tired. It's something
It's
like
late.
that. Who knows?
It has been a long year.
It's been a great
very
year,
short
long year.
At the same time also. 'Cause we live
Oh
in a
my-
simulation, but yeah.
Seriously, man. Like, dude, it's almost time for MegaCon. That's in January. Which reminds me, see you in Florida in January. But that's all for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, register. We shall see you soon. We shall see you in Chicago or somewhere later.
Bye-bye. Dart Sweet.